Hello, our dear students. We hope you're fine. As you see, we have a title here called Attention. So please pay more attention. You are going to listen to an audio. While listening, please decide, are the statements in present simple, past simple, or future simple? So please listen and decide.
My name's Fred. I live in London and I'm 17 years old. I wake up at 7 and I usually get out of bed about 7:30. Then I come downstairs and have breakfast. Usually I have cereal for breakfast with orange juice, but sometimes I have toast with usually jam or honey.
The statements in the previous video are in present simple, which means that our grammar lesson is going to be present simple. So we should know why do we use present simple. We use present simple for activities that happen repeatedly and things that we do every day, such as habits and routines. So, this use means that I use present simple when I talk about something or some action I do it every day. Let's read the examples. I woke up at 7 and I usually get out of bed about 7:30. I woke up at 7 and I usually get out of bed about 7:30. It means that waking up at 7 is his daily routine or his repeated action. He wakes up at 7 every day. The same is the second example. He plays Pubg. He plays Pubg, which is your favorite game, by the way. So this example means that he plays Pubg every day. It is his daily routine. He plays Pubg repeatedly. So this is the first usage of present simple, repeated actions and daily routines. Also, we use present simple for factual information such as general truths, scientific facts, or definitions. This use means that I use present simple when I talk about scientific fact or general truth. For example, let's read the first example. Water boils at 100 Celsius. This is a scientific fact. This is a general truth. The second example. My grandmother speaks 5 languages. My grandmother speaks 5 languages. Again, the same, it is a fact. She already speaks 5 languages. So until now, we covered 2 uses of present simple. Repeated actions as it's cleared in the present simple in the image, and the general truths. The third usage, we use present simple for situations that are permanent. Permanent means something lasts forever. Something is not temporary or for limited time. It lasts forever. Let's read the examples. I live in London. I live in London. Which means that it's a permanent state. It is not for limited time or for temporary time. It's permanent state. The same for the second example. She has 2 daughters. She has 2 daughters. It's permanent state too. The last use. We use present simple for future schedules, timetables, and fixed plans, usually when they are set by an organization, not by us. Okay, pay more attention, guys. This usage means that there are some events. These events are happened according to a schedule or a timetable. Let's read the first example. School begins at 7 and ends at 3. So it means that the time for the start is 7 and the time for the end is 3, which means that I have a fixed plan, I have a timetable. The same for the second example. The plane doesn't arrive at 3, it arrives at 3:30. It means that I have a timetable for the arrival of each plane. This time is put by the organization, not by the passengers or not by the students in the first example. The plane arrives at 3:30. It doesn't arrive at 3, it doesn't arrive at 4, it just arrives at 3:30. It is the time which is put in the timetable. So this is the last use of the present simple. I use present simple when I talk about an event which has a specific time in a timetable or in a schedule. So until now, we already covered the 4 uses of present simple. Generally true, which talks about scientific facts or general truths. Habits, which talk about daily routines. Number 3, future timetables, which talk about fixed plans. And number 4, permanent situations, which talk about something lasts forever. Let's see the form from the example. I woke up at 7 and I usually get out of bed about 7:30. I woke up at 7 and I usually get out of bed about 7:30. The simple present is just the base form of the verb with the pronouns I, you, we, they. So if I have the pronouns I, you, we, they, I will put the verb in the infinitive form, in the base form, without additions. Like I woke up. Woke up. The verb here in the infinitive form or in the base form of the verb. Questions are made with do and negative forms are made with don't. Question: do you wake up at 7? Do you wake up at 7? You can answer by yes, I do, or negative form, no, I don't. Negative, I don't wake up at 7. I don't wake up at 7. In the third person singular, he, she, it, s or es is added to the verb. Questions are made with does and negative forms are made with doesn't. Example: he plays Pubg. He plays Pubg. The pronoun is he, so I put is at the end of the verb. He plays Pubg. Question: does he play Pubg? Does he play Pubg? Negative, he doesn't play Pubg. He doesn't play Pubg. For more explanation, you can read the image that besides the form. Answer this exercise. Read the sentences blue. Match each sentence with one use of the present simple. So you are going to read the sentences from 1 to 4, and you are going to read the uses from A to D, and match the first or match the correct sentence with the suitable use. So please manage your watch on 2 minutes and start answer. Adverbs of frequency tell us how often something happens. Because we are talking about repeated or habitual activities, adverbs of frequency are usually only used with the present simple tense. For more explanation, we have the second slide. Okay, here we have some examples of adverbs of frequency and a general idea of how often the action takes place. If you do something always, it means that you do it 100%. It means that you do it every day. If you do something usually, it means that you do it 90%. And the same for generally, often, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, rarely, never. Each adverb of frequency has the degree of it, or the degree of doing this thing. Okay, now we talk about the position of the adverbs. Adverbs of frequency usually go in the middle of the sentence, before the main verb, except the verb to be. Let's read the examples. We always walk to school. We always walk to school. Here, the adverb of frequency comes before the main verb. The main verb here is walk, so I put the adverb of frequency before the verb. The second example, she usually drinks coffee in the morning. She usually drinks coffee in the morning. The main verb here is drinks, so I put the adverb of frequency, which is usually, before the verb. I am often on time. I am often on time. Here, the verb is verb to be, am. So I put the adverb of frequency after the verb to be. Again, I am often on time. Here, the verb is verb to be, which is am. So I put the adverb of frequency after verb to be. The same for the last example. They are seldom wrong. They are seldom wrong. Here we have verb to be, which is are. So I put the adverb of frequency after verb to be. So if I have a main verb, I will put the adverb of frequency before the main verb. Like in we always walk to school, or she usually drinks coffee in the morning. But if I have verb to be, I will put the adverb of frequency after verb to be, like I am often on time, or they are seldom wrong. After explanation, let's test ourselves on the correct position of the adverbs. Please read the title very well and manage your watch on 5 minutes. And start to answer. Okay, after the exercises, they are the key answers or the correct answers to make sure that you already put the correct one.